Good evening, ships and ship families. It's Mrs. Eichmann here, coming to you this Sunday evening from Lincoln High School. Wish that we were able to bring you this video with better news, but we are embarking on now our last week, our last few days of our blended model of learning based on the recommendations of the County Health Department. We really want to reassure you that this is not the result, our change to full virtual is not the result of our model not working. It really is based on the recommendations of the County Health Department and the continued increase in burden and community-wide cases in our community that really are making schools in our area, some of the highest risk in the nation right now. So, again, none of us wanted to come to you with this news, and it absolutely breaks our heart because we thought at some point we'd be having a video talking about how we were able to increase our time at school, and that will happen, just not as soon as we would like right now, obviously. So we thank you for your patience and your flexibility and understanding. We got this. We've been doing virtual learning. We've got a plan that we developed that our teacher leadership team will be getting their eyes on this week, that we will be getting to you in a mid-week communication. Hopefully by Wednesday, sometime at the very latest, you'll have your eyes on our schedule and our plan, as well as some of the non-negotiables and fences and boundaries that we have in place for our teachers moving to a full virtual model. So that will be happening midweek. What I would also like to tell you is kind of the plan for the next couple of days, and then I'm going to hand it over to Mrs. Longmire, who's waiting in her office for me to give her the signal. Over the next couple of days, we will continue to evaluate our survey data. We've surveyed students, staff, and parents. We'll be able to continue to look at that data while we're making our plans for our change to full virtual. We will also evaluate what went well for our distance learning model for this first month of school. Like I said, our leadership team, our teacher leadership team, will be getting their eyes on our draft tomorrow afternoon, so they'll be able to establish our non-negotiables and our fences and our boundaries for essential learning, so that we can communicate that with staff and families as soon as humanly possible, and students. Our teachers will learn about those non-negotiables, and then we'll be giving them some time to plan and prep for those at the end of the week that Mrs. Longmire will be talking to you about. We also are excited that our blended learners have one last chance to get in and see their teachers on their blended learning days. So we'll have our Monday cohorts, both morning and afternoon, and our Tuesday cohorts, both morning and afternoon, meet. If you are comfortable sending your student, our teachers will be here. If you are not comfortable sending your student, we totally understand, and you would not be penalized for keeping your students home for those days, but we do ask that you call in to our attendance secretary in the morning and let her know that you would not be sending your student. Again, that would be considered an excused absence, so please just communicate if you're preferring not to send your student to school for blended learning. But if you are comfortable being here, again, we are able to keep students socially distanced, masked, and safe. So if you are comfortable sending your students and they have already been participating in our blended learning model, we'd love to see them and say some temporary see you soons to them a couple times before we change over to this full virtual model. I'm going to pass it over to Mrs. Longmire, but like I said, I continue to be hopeful that we can really work together as a community and as a learning community to get back to normal. There's nothing that I want or our team wants more than to be able to see your kids full-time in this hallway. And, we know that this is difficult to navigate for all of you. It is for us, and, we need to continue to work together to make the best of this situation. And I just really appreciate your flexibility and your understanding as we're working through something that none of us have ever done before. So I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Longmire. Thanks, ships families. Hope to see you very soon.
Hey everyone, it's Mrs. Longmire. Happy Sunday evening from the historic yet a little bit eerie halls of Lincoln High School. Night at Lincoln High School is maybe not my favorite place, but I wish I was going to be seeing you all smiling faces for this whole week. However, we have 2 more days left of our blended learning model, so I'm hoping to see those students engaging with their teachers, meeting with their cohorts, getting any last face-to-face instruction in that they can for the time being, and then heading into our virtual model. So I want to give you a little heads up as to what this week is going to look like. So Monday and Tuesday are still blended learning days. Like Mrs. Eichmann said, if your family is uncomfortable having you come to the building for the time being, which we understand, you just need to call our attendance office and we will get that taken care of. They will not count against you. They will be an excused absence. But again, mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever you live with has to call. You cannot call yourself in. So good try. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, those are going to be no new learning days. That doesn't mean you don't have school, because some of your teachers may still be checking in with you. Use those as catch-up days. So if you are falling behind, you have 3 days now where you are not going to be getting new assignments to catch up. Please, please, please use those, because on Monday, October 12th, we are going to hit the ground running and we are going to rock this virtual learning. I know this isn't what any of us are asking for. However, we're going to do it. We are going to embrace all of our character traits. We are going to be dedicated to making this the best possible year despite all of the circumstances that sometimes feel like they're against us right now. So while you guys are catching up on any work that you may be a little behind on, or you need some more time on, your teachers are going to be getting some professional development about what virtual learning can look like. And we're going to use all those results from the student surveys, the staff surveys, and the parent surveys to make sure that this virtual learning model is 100 times better than what we did in the spring. So even though this isn't what we're choosing, we are dedicated to making sure that it is better than the education you received in the spring. We were kind of thrown into it in March. Now we've had some time to learn and prep, make some data-driven decisions, and we're promising you a much better model. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for being patient with us in the meantime. We love you guys. You're doing great. We'll get through it. So lunch. We still are going to have lunch for our blended learners. If you need to fill out your lunch form, Monday and Tuesday, your lunches will still get delivered to your homerooms. Otherwise, Monday through Thursday, we're going to have curbside pickup in front of the JFK from 9 to 9:30. And then Friday from 11 to 12, you can pick up your lunch as well. So make sure you take advantage of that free of charge. You'll be hearing from us later this week about what lunch will look like for the remainder of our virtual learning time. I have a feeling it'll be very similar to our curbside pickup options. Lastly, Friday is going to be a materials pickup day. So we had one of these early in the year for our virtual learners. Now that everyone is going to be a virtual learner, some of your teachers have some materials they would like to get to you so that you are successful in this model. Might be a English textbook, might be a science lab book, you name it. Your teachers will be providing it for you. Your teachers will be communicating with you if you need to come to school on Friday to pick up those materials. You won't be entering the building, but what you will be doing is coming through the circle drive. We're going to have some of our support staff out there making sure they're socially distancing and handing things to you, and you'll be on your way. So just watch your emails, watch your Google Classrooms. Your teachers will be communicating with you. So please do your part. I know this is more time away from school, and for some of you, I know you can handle it. You're mature, ready for what's next individuals. For some of you, this might be a little bit difficult. However, like, you are a young adult, and I know you can do it, and it's going to be a really good test of your maturity and your dedication to your education. So please, if you're having a hard time managing that time and making sure that there's a balance between school life and home life and friend life, I would be more than happy to help you. We can do some check-ins. We just really want you to be successful and not slip through the cracks. So again, please do your part to make sure that our community gets out of this so we can be back in school. We should have celebrated homecoming this past weekend. It breaks my heart that we weren't able to do that. So I'm hoping come winter, spring, you name it, that we are back to normal and we can celebrate all those things that we love about school. So if you have questions, let us know. We love you. We miss you. Go Ships.